Hello Gemini, this is Donna and this is a general reading for April 2020 for Geminis. The theme for the month is Release the Dark Wound, Let Love Live. This feels very relationship focused. For some of you, it is a very specific love interest that you have been feeling heavy about, and it's time to lick your wounds, so to speak. And forgiveness is the word that comes to mind. And I'm not asking you to forgive the other person, because a lot of times when we're really having issues and forgiveness is needed, we're low-key needing to forgive parts that we are subconsciously punishing ourselves for, as far as what has taken place in whatever the situation may be. And for those of you who that does apply to, just let yourself know it is what it is. These things happen. Choices were made. Some of them were not by you. Some of you, none of them may have been from you. But either way, sometimes we're kind of hard on ourselves when we don't need to be. And if you find yourself going through that, where you are hard on yourself at this point in time, it's time to forgive yourself. And for others of you, you're in a relationship and you've kind of hit a wall, and I feel that there are quite a few of you that have gotten to a point where you are mourning what has been lost in the time of friction that you have been experiencing with this significant other. And it's just, now is the time to kind of reevaluate the situation and extend forgiveness through love all the way around. And then there's a very small amount of you, the bulk of it is love, but there's a small amount of you where it's more platonic. And there's just this overall sense of needing validation, and you don't feel like you're getting it in a situation or connection, platonic relationship that you feel that you are deserving of. And you're right, you are. But it feels like a lot of you, the situation is needing forgiveness, because just as you are up against issues that are starting to really wear on you emotionally, the other person is experiencing something that is similar in fashion and is making it so their response to you is not like it used to be. As a whole, it's just there's so much chaos. As a whole, there's so the people with the platonic relationship that you're feeling like you're kind of hitting a wall and you're getting a bit of friction and you're not getting the emotional return that you feel like you should be getting. Don't take it personally. It's not a personal thing. They're dealing with their own crap, and because of it, they're not responding to you quite like they usually do or quite in the fashion that they should be. Just forgive them and drop the situation with love. If it means you need to not communicate with them for a while, or when you do communicate with them, just keep it enough so that you are still maintaining a relationship, because you know it's going to get back to normal. Just with love, say the things you need to say and then get on with your day. I hope that makes sense. That was a mouthful and I was like all over the place, and I apologize. But sometimes these messages are heavy. Okay, so what do you need to focus on for the month? Three of Swords, a releasing. Oh, this really does validate that theme that I already tapped into. There really is a need for releasing on your part. There's something that you're clinging to, and it's just not healthy. And you will fare much better. You will heal so much faster. Those wounds will scab over and grow strong skin, and you can move on if you can just, with love, release and move on. You're really being asked to just let it go and move on. And it's not an easy choice. I don't say this to say to take it lightly. It's just, if you want to see the changes that you are desiring, it's time to just release with love and just move on. Just move on and know that if it comes back, you'll face it. But 9 times out of 10, these situations will go their separate ways. Not necessarily always the people involved, but the situations themselves will just dissolve. And you can address it later if you really need to, but it's one of those things that probably really doesn't need to. You just need to kind of release with love and move on. So what kind of strength do you get in the process of the month? We have the Magician. Oh, this feels so empowering. So this feels like, this is really speaking of that. You have the strength and power within. Like, just draw with it. You have everything you need. You are everything you need. And it really goes back to that release with love. Whatever it is that is involving, you don't need it. You don't need it. Whatever purpose it may have been serving you, you don't need it. You are enough. So releasing kind of creates this opening for yourself to fulfill with yourself. So you're being given an opportunity to release, and then by releasing, creating this space within yourself that now you can choose what fills it. And it can be anything, because it's your space and it's you, and you have everything you need, and the choices are abundant, and you can just do whatever within that space that you want to do, and you're being encouraged to do so. Whatever it is that's been kind of on your mind, if I'd really like to do that, I'd really like to experience that, I'd really like to have that feeling, that sensation, that beginning, that hobby, that idea, that concept, whatever it is, like, you can fill that space up that you will have created once you release with love. So that is the message. Really, all three cards are really pointing towards this concept of release, love yourself, let go, walk away, fill your space that you create when you release with what serves you, exactly how. Basically, be a little selfish in this moment, in a healthy, selfish way. You can be healthy, selfish. So chase it. All right, Gemini, that is all I have for you right now. I hope this helps to give you some clarity and inspiration and empowerment for the month of April. I hope you have a great April, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Blessings.